So, the title of the speech is Everything I Know About Public Speaking by Gary Pasega. Gary Pasega, Everything I Know About Public Speaking. Please welcome Gary.
November 16th, 2013. I was preparing for one of the most physically and mentally exhausting tests of my entire life. It was the 3.5-hour-long ordeal known as the Practitioner Level 3 ranking exam in the Israeli martial art of Krav Maga. And looking back on it now, I realized that everything I know about public speaking, I learned from throwing a punch. Seems kind of strange, but there really actually are quite a few things in common between the two. And one of the things in common that I realized is that at the beginning, I had wrong ideas about just about everything. First off, I've always kind of pictured that if you were to punch somebody, it's basically your arms that are doing the punching. But what I learned is that your arms are actually very weak. It makes for a very weak punch. It really takes an entire team to throw a good punch. So it's your entire body. It's not just your punching arm. It's also your core, your hips, your legs, really giving the power. Even your other arm is up there, protecting your head. They're all very important. In the same way, I think I always had this idea that I was standing up front and I was the hero, bringing all kinds of great information to the audience. They were just dying to hear. Well, presentation guru Nancy Duarte says that's not the way it is. She says, we as speakers are not the hero. The audience is the hero. We're just the mentor. So in Nancy's analogy, the audience is Luke Skywalker. We're Yoda. Presentation guru Akash Karia goes one step further than that and says, no, not only are we not the hero, we're not even the mentor. We're the storyteller. So we're neither Luke Skywalker nor Yoda. We're George Lucas, passing on the information from one to the other. In any case, it takes a team to make a great presentation. The second wrong idea I had was that I wouldn't really have to prepare. I guess I always figured, if I ever actually got into a fight with somebody, God forbid, then I could just kind of go up there and just sort of wing it, just do whatever came to my mind. Okay? But that's not right, because there's a million things going on in your mind. You need to be able to think your way through. So you practice combinations. So for example, if somebody was to come at you, let's say, with a bottle from the outside, you would throw a block, but at the same time, you'd maybe do a response to the face, maybe a hammer strike to the side of the head, knee to the groin, whatever. Some sort of a combination like that. Well, it's the same way in public speaking. And I'll tell you how. For a long time, I had this idea. I would think to myself, you're pretty good at public speaking. You really don't have to prepare. So, an hour or two before the speech, I'd throw together an outline and maybe some slides, and then I'd go up there and just kind of wing it. Well, I guess I figured that that was more time efficient, and it was for me, but not for my audience. This is what presentation guru Alex Rister points out. If the audience is your hero, then you really need to give them the preparation that they deserve. They're there and they're spending their time and maybe their money to listen to you. We really have to give them our best. The third and final wrong idea I had was that I really didn't need any contrast. So for example, if I was to hit somebody with a jab, maybe I could just keep on doing this all day long, right? It wouldn't really matter. But that's not the case. You need the element of surprise. So for example, a classic one would be to start with a jab and then to follow it up with a cross. Or maybe to lead with a hook and follow with an uppercut. So there's different combinations that you use to contrast. It's the same thing in speaking. I saw a really good example of a really bad presentation on the internet. It was a guy doing Toastmasters speech number 5. And throughout the speech, his body was in constant motion. So he would say, and if your body language is all depressed, then the audience will feel crushed down. Or you can look at Bruce Lee up on the big screen, standing in front of his opponent. It's ridiculous. On and on and on for 5 minutes. It's exhausting just watching the guy. Well, we've all heard the expression, go big or go home. That guy definitely went big. But presentation guru Kelly Decker says it really should be go big and then go home. So go ahead and use the big gesture. But then your body should come back to a calm state. So the contrast comes to the audience. So you all may not be obsessed with Krav Maga like I am. But because you're here, I assume that you are interested in public speaking. So let's all just take these lessons to go ahead and prepare, to use contrast, and not just to have it be your arm or just the speaker. Have it be the entire team making the presentation. And then let's all go out there and knock them dead.